Welcome back. And where we left off, I was talking about social engineering, which, despite all the negative connotations such a phrase has in today's society, is in the future society apparently really quite good. Social engineering usually involves the kind of sort of governments meddling around with people's lives to a degree just to fulfil quotas and get political ideals across. Then again, you are getting political ideals across. Perhaps people are more tolerant of it on an alien world with real dangers and mind worms and such. Still, never mind. And I decided after having a bit of a stopping moment over eudaimonia, um, to stick with cybernetic, hard-headed, cool realist.
Maximum population reached.
And I promised in the thingy underneath, I believe it can be called the doobly-doo, that it'd be a wonderful turn, literally. So here's the space elevator, which lets us build satellites dirt cheap,
Maximum population reached.
and I'll start to do so.
Project.
And here's the nano factory, which makes upgrades really cheap, and everyone repairs really quickly everywhere.
Production complete. Request confirmation.
It's pretty prosperous.
Production complete.
Paradise Garden plus 2 talents. That's nice.
Maximum population reached.
I sit in my cubicle, here on the mother world. When I die, they will put my body in a box and dispose of it in the cold ground. And in all the million ages to come, I will never breathe, or laugh, or twitch again. So won't you run and play with me here among the teeming mass of humanity? The universe has spared us this moment. Anonymous. Data links.
Oh, that's a nice thought. And of course, it's the idea that we should cherish every moment of life, because there were billions of years of existence where you weren't around, and there will be billions of years of existence where you aren't around still. But for this, 70, 80 years or so, this unique period, as thin as a hair's breadth of existence, where you exist as a person, and you should seize it for all you can, rather than waiting for something, for an afterlife of some kind, for an eternity. You got 80 years, you got to make the most of it. Ooh, I don't know, I got a bit carried away there.
Maximum
That was
population.
I've never heard that quote before, but that's so touching. It's lovely, really.
Maximum population reached. Production complete.
Network node. Seems fairly pleasant.
Maximum population reached. Maximum population reached.
After that nice moment,
Confirmation.
it's all back down to the nitty gritty.
Production complete.
My word, is it nitty and gritty. Wait a second, I built that a couple of times. It's already up to a size 5. See what I mean? Clothing fats just sort of blow you away.
Terraform complete.
See, fungus is now the easiest thing to terraform, and they've done that deliberately, I imagine. But because it's sort of got the movement of roads, you can move straight in, and they build all over it. And the stuff you replace it with is probably trickier to work on than the fungus. So they've got a very specific view of the future. What the? Oh, never mind. So there we go. There was a purpose for that. I had to turn around and pick up another former.
Invalid terraform command.
What am I doing? Yes, that's what I want.
Terraform complete.
Wow, that was done in one turn. I don't think I've ever seen fungus quite as compliant. Ooh, what to call this one? Expands beyond 27 bases. That's the third time this is the third time this game I've got this message. Ah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you finally run out of Greek letters. It's just a number. Morganite's 49. Morgan gold reserves. I imagine we're on the gold standard.
Request confirmation.
Well, it doesn't really matter what standard we're on internationally because the international economy is us. Hang on, I've just seen a farm. It's been there for centuries. I like to think there was a purpose for that. We've got an extra two farms on there that wouldn't have been there otherwise. I didn't. Okay.
And when the hourglass has run out, the hourglass of temporality, when the noise of secular life has grown silent and its restless or ineffectual activism has come to an end, when everything around you is still, as it is in eternity, then eternity asks you and every individual in these millions and millions about only one thing: whether you have lived in despair or not. Soren Kierkegaard, The Sickness Unto Death. Data links.
Oh, good old Kierkegaard. I don't know much about him. He'll be pleased to know. Just write down the secrets of creation. Since I've discovered them, I may as well write them down. Right. And I get a free tech because it's a secret of. So there we are. And I believe there's one more. Ooh! Oh, I know what's going. So fusion power, not only has it been obsoleted, but the thing that obsoleted it, quantum. The idea of quantum theory is obsolete now. Yeah, why not? Because I discovered singularity.
Yes, we've all heard the philosophers babble about oneness being beautiful and holy. But let me tell you that this kind of oneness certainly isn't pretty. And if you're not careful, it will scare the bejesus out of you. Anonymous lab technician, Morgan Link 3D Vision live interview.
I'll still say bejesus in the future then. Nice to know. Yeah, so this is yes, this is singularity. Well, singularity. Pivot away from understanding of singularity mechanics. Oh, so it all happened in the 1 year then. Seeks physical causes in the composition of black holes phenomena produced by points of infinitely dense matter that warp the fabric of space and time itself. Transmits data. Whoa. So we're actually messing around with space and time by creating black holes in laboratories. My God, I mean, I've been reading about the enormity of space and the power generated in the various parts of the cosmos. Because I've been reading Carl Sagan's Cosmos. And it's phenomenal, the idea that in this society at least, we've created black holes and tamed them into... Oh, this is how the progenitors win the game. And if you want to know more about progenitors, I'll probably play another one of these games with them included. But they're an expansion pack, alien race, nasty people, very aggressive. Yeah, but the idea of distorting space and time, wow. This is applied, it's got a whole new meaning to me now. I've actually looked a little bit into it. And there's a singularity engine, which of course you would have seen if you'd have seen the 4 levels. It makes very complex units, very cheap to build. And each unit has 40 hit points. So they're monsters. Quantum Tactical. And it costs 80. Only 80. They've got the best armour and weapons available. It's only 80.
Drum raids have ended. Request confirmation. Production complete.
Wow, that's prosperous.
Maximum population reached.
Blood Tree Farm.
Maximum population reached. Maximum population reached.
Yeah. What about a Ginjak factory?
Maximum population reached.
Oh no! Quick, the gold! That's the last place you want to riot, with the gold reserves. The idea of the gold standard's gone, but it hasn't been forgotten by most central banks and governments. The French, American and German sort of types of Federal Reserve all have their own substantial gold reserves in Paris and Berlin and New York respectively. And
Request confirmation.
yeah, in fact I believe the only sort of developed economy that doesn't have substantial gold reserves to this day, I mean this is the 19th century, this is 21st century stuff, is Britain. That's because we sold it all at the bottom of the market.
Terraform complete.
Never mind.
Request confirmation.
You need some defence.
Terraform complete.
So yeah, the idea of the gold standard couldn't be practicable, or is the idea of gold being a sort of basis of stability, hasn't been completely, you know, dismissed. People still do hold on to gold. In fact, the Americans had some form of informal gold standard until Nixon finally closed this loophole where he could convert the dollar into gold reserves in the 70s. So despite the fact that most people went off the gold standard after the... Wow, it's an elite conventional missile. How do you train a missile? Anyway, I was telling you about that. Yeah, interesting stuff. So despite the fact that they all went off the gold standard by the time of the First World War, it didn't actually finally get abolished until the 1970s. Although we went off of it in 1923, I believe. One of Churchill's things when he was Chancellor of the Exchequer. Well, I hope you learn the stuff from this. That's not just Centauri based. Wow, I'm just getting rid of the fungus just to be spiteful now. For all those farmers that have lost. For the farmers! Hey! See, things are just better when I'm in charge.
Production complete.
And here we tinker with metal.